Hello, we made it. We're
What's
live.
up?
What's up? Welcome to the next Fartist feature. Hello, I am here with the lovely Sean Peacock, aka All Sorrows. Woo, woo,
Hey,
woo,
what's
woo,
going on,
woo.
everybody? Happy to be here.
Hi. Let's go say hi to the chat real quick. We have Fartist extraordinaire, Mr. Glenn,
What up, Glenn?
cheaterist of the cheaters in the Mario Kart. We have Jean. Hello.
What
We
up?
have Dan. Hi. Hello. We have Miss So. Hello. Stream here. Everything's being okay. So I guess we're catching up to the chatty chats. What's up? Hi. So yes,
Right.
hello. So you are here. You're a local homie. I've run
Yes,
into
I
you a few
am.
times already. Yes, you were
Yeah,
kind of right down the street, really. Like
yeah,
just right
not too far.
there.
Not too far. Been
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. So would you like to tell us the people a little bit about yourself? Which
Yeah. So my name is Sean. I'm a comic artist, illustrator in the Metro Detroit area. I wrote and illustrated and self-published a book called Peppermint Desert, which you can get on my website
Ooh.
now, or if you find me at a con, I'm always selling it. It's a psychedelic road trip story about two bandits fleeing from the devil. So lots of car chases, gunfights, rock and roll, cosmic absurdity, things of that nature.
Yes.
And I've got a bunch of other cool stuff coming down the pike that I'm not allowed to talk about yet, but I promise it's going to
Oh.
be really, really cool. And I run a you might say I run it. You might say it's like an alias, my artist brand, All Sorrows. It's the self-publishing imprint that I publish Peppermint Desert under, and I'm going to be publishing other self-published comics and zines and stuff under that as well. So if you find me at a con, I'm usually there, not as Sean Peacock, but as All Sorrows, and I sling some of the lovely merch that Katie is showing off now.
Yes, I love this guy. He's my favorite.
Balthazar the Incessant
Yes.
represent.
I am always pro villain and demon, so that's amazing.
Love to
So
celebrate the devil.
love, love, love. Also, kudos to this book. It's really good. I like
Oh, thank you.
let me make me big for like 1 second here.
Go for it.
It's always exciting when you do that. So this is actually pretty neat. I like it. I like the style in here. It kind of feels like it's vintage, but it kind of feels like if you're watching a movie in the late 80s, early 90s, but if it's like takes place in the 1960s.
Yeah.
I love it.
There's a lot of it's funny that you say that. There's a lot of like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and like
there we go.
The movie Wild at Heart by David Lynch kind of came out in that time and has similar vibes. So it's never something that I put together, but that influence is definitely there.
His outfit is fantastic. Can you tell us how you came about coming up with this outfit?
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of like I don't even know what you would call it, but I feel like around the turn of the century, like 1800s to 1900s, there was like a big surge in like the devil just appearing in like media and posters and stuff. And they're always wearing that kind of like medieval cuirass with the puffy pants and the cape. And I just love that look for that kind of like classic style of like cartoon devil. And this being a story that kind of takes place in a fantasy setting that sort of resembles the American West, I thought like, how can I make him feel like sort of that setting? And I went through a lot of ideas, and then I kind of landed on the like wide brimmed hat, the cowboy boots, the kind of Clint Eastwood thing, and I made his mannerisms kind of drag inspired. He's very like flamboyant, kind of wears the costume because like he knows where he is. He loves the theme. He kind of does it as a joke.
He's great. So yeah. So where did you get this printed? Did you get this also printed through Comics Wellspring?
Yeah, that's Comics Wellspring. Yeah, they do fantastic work.
So when I was going through it, I thought it was very interesting because I actually liked the pages. The pages feel really cool when you read it. It's like a kind of got a glossy texture to it, and then it makes like a noise to it, and I had fun like just flipping through the pages.
It's a little, the ink makes it a little glossy, but I think I choose like the matte like paper option just because I really like that kind of like tactile feel
Yeah, it's got like a
book, art. Yeah, a little bit of grit to it. Yeah, they make beautiful books, and it just works out that there happened to be a comic printer like 20 minutes away from my house, so I don't have to pay for shipping. I just order the books, I go over there, I pick them up. It's great.
Yeah, they're located in Plymouth, so I think pretty much 80% of the people that I've had on recently go through them, and even people outside of the country that I've had on the show use them.
A lot of people use them,
which I've never even heard of them up until someone just until I had the Jane American Douglas on, Jason Douglas on. So yeah, and then now every single person I talk to is like, oh yeah, I use them. That's amazing. So okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
If this was to become a movie, and you could have anyone be the cast of this, dead or alive, who are you picking as your main cast to do the characters?
Is such a good question. I mean, like, Mickey is very much based on like kind of Elvis and kind of like Nicolas Cage and Wild at Heart. So like a younger Nick Cage, or like with the Elvis connection, maybe Austin Butler would be a really good pick. Saturday, I like how do we pronounce her name? Stephanie Sue, the actress from Everything Everywhere All at Once, who plays the daughter. She's also in Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and like it's more in that show where she has this kind of like kind of attitude that I think really fits Saturday, and I think she'd be a fun pull. And God, who would play Balthazar? You know, since Balthazar is kind of drag inspired, I feel like it'd be cool to get like Katya or like Alaska Thunderfuck or something like that to play Balthazar. Maybe that'd be fun.
I could see that. There's actually, I follow this guy in Ireland who started doing drag, but he does drag kings as well. So he does like Barbie, like The Witcher, but as a drag king. And I'd say he would be perfect because he is kind of like comedic as well. And his name is Silver Rocks, and he makes fuzzy worm inspired outfits, and I think he would nail this character.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
This is actually my favorite panel in the entire book right here.
That panel's really funny. I like
it's so sinister. Yeah, it's sinister.
I was laughing to myself when I wrote that. That's a really funny scene.
Miss So has a question. What got you into comics?
Got me into comics. Kind of just living in my household. My dad is a big comics guy and like vintage toys guy. So I was raised on like Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, like old reprints he had lying around of like Silver Age Marvel comics and DC comics and stuff. So that was kind of my start, and then I've just sort of been exploring it my whole life after, especially like once I got into college, I started working in a comic book shop. I familiarized myself with so much stuff. And then once you start doing comic art, you find like the artists who are really interesting. And that just opens up a whole floodgate of stuff.
What comic shop did you? Yeah, I might have bought something from you.
It's possible. I worked at Green Brain for a couple of years.
I might have seen you there. I've been shopping there close to 30 years. So
you probably did. Yeah,
possible.
I worked there weekends for like a couple of years, and then like pandemic happened. I was not working there anymore, and then I came back for like the summer between my junior and senior year of college.
Okay. Yeah, so, I probably run into you, and we didn't even know it. I probably run into you at Kroger's, and we have no idea because
dude, the way that I've probably run into everyone in the city of Dearborn at the same time at Kroger. I hate that place, but I spend so much time there.
They took over Farmer Jack, and I'm a Farmer Jack girl for life.
Oh my God. I was a Farmer Jack. I was a Kroger Jack loyalist, and I was so mad when they got rid of it because it just forced everybody into the other Kroger across the street.
Yes.
And now the entire city of Dearborn shops at that one Kroger. My parents go to the one in Taylor because they don't want to deal with it.
You can't even go to the one in Dearborn anymore because it's like just chaos. It's craziness.
Yeah, the number of times I've almost died in that parking lot.
Yeah, there's been a couple times where me and like a whole bunch of people, we walked at the same time, and was just so much happening. We all just turned around and left at the same time because there was just
that's valid. That's
far too much happening. We were like, "I'll forget it. We're just gonna order a ship to go back home."
Yeah.
Okay. Glenn says, what is your favorite film of all time?
Favorite film of all time? School of Rock.
I love that
That's
film.
like my fast answer. There's so many movies that I love that kind of like switch out like every couple of years, but the one that stayed consistent since I was like 6 is School of Rock. All-time Jack Black performance.
I could watch that a lot. That's pretty funny. That's a good one. It's a good soundtrack also.
Oh, incredible soundtrack. What up?
Now, recently, I ran into you at Cap City, and you unveiled your Spider-Punk print.
Yeah.
Look at this sexy guy.
Yes, that was fun. That was a fun one to do.
It was fun. I really like the color palette on this. Are these available to purchase anywhere?
If you find me at a con, they will be available to purchase. I haven't put them on my website yet, but that's coming. I'm really bad about updating my web store, but I do intend to do that at some point. So look out for it. But if you're local, if you're in Michigan, or if you're maybe in other places, I'll always be posting about which cons I'm going to. So track me down. You can get one. Katie was the first one to buy one of those. So that thing is a collector's item.
It's a collector's item? Yes. They're saying School of Rock is great, but yes, isn't it great? Hey. Look, I do love the color. It's like greens, little bits of blues, got some yellowies. You got Gwen over here completely rocking out. That's cute.
Yeah, I love I think a big part of it was like the color in the original Spider-Gwen comics is just like so bright and neon and appealing to me. So that's kind of like where I was trying to get at with that.
It's very cool. Very cool. I'm gonna put this down before I drop it and knock it on my face. Throw you over there. Yes, all you guys are awesome. Okay, so if you have any questions, keep putting them in the chat because I'm going to open up his website in a bit. We can go scroll through that.
Yeah.
But hold on, let me. Yes, rock out as well. Yes, you guys are awesome. Okay, so was this your first ever book that you did here?
Yes. So I had done other like short comics before that, kind of like, I mean, like I did stuff when I was like a little kid. But then in college, like starting the summer after my freshman year, I did some short comics. I had a whole idea of like, oh, I'm gonna do like a whole like multi-part saga of this one character, and that like, didn't really come together, but I got a few chapters done, and then I did some other comics for school, nothing longer than like 16 pages, and then my senior year of college, I was like, all right, well, if I want to do comics, I better like do comics. So that's when I decided I wanted to do like a full book.
And I love that you picked a minimum color palette for this because it does take place in the Peppermint Desert, which you are repping. Hold on. Let me flip you over here so we can get you to model your lovely shirt because you are repping the colors for the book.
Always. I mean, since before the book, red, white, and black have like been my colors. That's the colors that my room is painted. I'm a big fan of the white stripes. You can probably see some inspiration there.
Yes. And if we're here for Meyer's interview, you are also in your room at the same time for that interview.
Yes,
so.
same background as Maya.
Same background.
This time the books are mine, so if you got questions, I can answer.
TTT, where are you for that? Because you've made a friend for life. So yes, I love how they kind of rotate in the panels in the pages, which is neat.
Yeah, it was a challenge with like I only was using like 10 or 11 colors, so it was a challenge for each scene to like have its own feel and own colors. But I think it worked.
It does work.
It was also kind of out of necessity because I had until the end of the school year to get it done. So like just quick color palette that I can just eyedrop off of and not have to worry about adjustment layers or anything. It was a good call.
It really works. It really works. Good call on that also. So Jean has a question here. Aside from your original art, what is your favorite character to draw?
Gosh. I feel like I don't draw the same characters enough to like have a favorite. I did a Scarlet Witch piece a while ago that was a lot of fun, and I really like drawing her. So I'll say Scarlet Witch for now.
Okay.
Beatles poster. What's my favorite Beatles song? That's a really good question.
Okay.
Eleanor Rigby's a classic. Anything on Revolver is a classic. I've always liked Everyone's Got Something to Hide except for Me and My Monkey. That's underrated. Same thing with Hey Bulldog. Yeah.
So Haya here, actually, every other Sunday, well, it's gonna come back. I think he said in September, him and Macedon and this other kid who's like 14 has got the most knowledge I've ever heard of in my life about music. They do a music podcast on Sundays on YouTube. It's amazing. And they get in depth about music, musicians, and bands and vinyl. It's awesome. But what I like about this book is cool. You actually came up with your own soundtrack for this book. So these would be the songs that you would be playing.
Those are the songs. They're not in any particular order. It's not like they each correspond to scenes, but it's more of like a tone setter. Like, you know, you got your White Stripes, got your Ravenettes, B-52s, little bit of psychedelia in there, 13th Floor Elevators.
Elvis.
Really kind of painting the picture. Like a lot of my comics and like narrative projects are always descended from like
I think that's
a thought I have while I'm listening to music. So I like pretty much every project that I work on that I'm writing at least has like a corresponding playlist. And I've been meaning to make the Peppermint Desert playlist like public. There's a link that I should share because the one that I created on Spotify has more songs than are in that book. Yeah. How long does it take to get a complete story done? It depends. Back when I was doing shorter comics, like things that were like 12 to 16 pages, I could get it done in that would take me like maybe three or 4 months. Like I'd be able to get it done in like a summer. And Peppermint Desert took me like an entire school year, 9 months. Now I'm at this weird stage where I'm working on stuff with publishers or collaborating with like writers and things, and like those projects, since I'm not in full control of them, kind of have these more drawn out timelines. So perhaps check with me in like a year and I'll tell you how long the next one took.
Who's your favorite, Cyclops or Cyclops?
Cyclops. Probably Cyclops. I think Scott Summers is underrated. I think he gets too much hate. I think people understand him.
Damn. You know who my favorite superhero to kill is, and I say this every time.
Who's that?
Cyclops.
I mean, look, does he deserve it? Sure, but I think he's an interesting character. Like Scott Summers is an idiot, and Madeline Pryor did not deserve that. But it's I enjoy watching his midlife crisis. I think it's funny. Hey, House of Nerd, what's up?
What? You know this guy? This is a homie.
I've been on that show.
You've been on this show. What? Nice. Very nice. Yeah, he lives like literally down the street. Okay, so what is your favorite medium, or do you prefer digital?
So I do kind of like a tradigital blend. I do
nice.
I always try to do traditional inks because there's like something about the line quality that you get with like a brush or a nib that it's just like I can't replicate it digitally. Not saying that you can't, I just can't. So lately I've kind of been like doing my pencils and sketches digitally and then printing them out and tracing them onto paper, doing traditional inks, and then putting it back into the computer to do colors. So that's kind of what I do.
Okay. I see a lot of artists do that lately. They'll do like a little sketch, put it in digital, like pop it out, and like kind of fix it up.
I'm all about like really the like tactile quality of a drawing. Like I want to see the grit of the paper. I want to see like ink splatters and like mistakes. When you're doing things on Photoshop, everything is controlled. So like it's harder to get those like little happy accidents. So like it's important to me that like part of the process can be like traditional and kind of have the possibility for that kind of stuff.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So Steve has a question. Do you have any horror books currently that you're writing?
Good question. Yes and no. I can't. Well, I have something that I'm doing. I wouldn't call it straight up horror, but I would say that there are horror elements to it. Okay. I definitely like playing with like kind of like creepy and like horror imagery, especially like gothic horror. And I have something that's kind of, it's a shorter thing. It's not like a full blown comic. But yeah, we'll see. I'll roll that out eventually. But
okay.
Yeah, it's in the back of my mind.
Okay, we can get back to that. So Sudra's gonna come with the hard-hitting questions, and he wants to know what you think about AI.
What do you think about AI? Oh boy, how long do you have?
Well,
yeah, I mean, look, not a fan of the way it's being used. I mean, I think the technology, like it's inevitable. There's no stopping it. But I don't like that I don't like the way that it's trained on images that the AI companies don't have the rights to. I don't like that it's ripping off artists. I don't like that it's taking artists' jobs. I think there are more productive ways to integrate it. I mean, I think that there have to be more productive ways to integrate it into art and commerce and whatever. I don't know what they are. It would be nice to have some sort of regulation, but I am not the person to figure that out. But yeah, short answer, not a fan.
All right. Follow-up question. We're getting into the harder question. What do you think is worse? Threat, AI or overseas workers working for $2 an hour?
Man, I don't know. Probably
they both
AI.
Kind of stuck. They both kind of suck, and I really wish the other ones were paid more because mangakas, when they're over there, they really do not get the love that they deserve.
Yeah, you know, I really don't know that much about that, you know, kind of area of comics and illustration.
Yeah.
But that's fucked up. Am I allowed to curse on this?
You are allowed to curse. You're allowed to do a lot of things because Figure and I actually got on the EXP last night. We had a very in-depth discussion on kind of mangaka work and anime conventions versus regular conventions versus comic art versus. We had a huge conversation.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to talk about there. Yeah.
There is a lot.
I do want to come back on the show. I do.
Invite him on because guess what? We will be getting
next time I have a book, I will hit you guys up for sure.
Yes. Hit up Sergio and make him come around, make him go around. And also his girlfriend Maya has her own books too.
Have Maya on the show. Serge, have Maya on the show.
Yes.
She's got some cool stuff to
She's got some stuff coming on. And if you want to check her out, go check out it was like a couple episodes back. Look for the purpley bluish cat episode with Maya Scarpa.
Yeah.
She's adorable. Yes. All right. Yeah, so everybody also liked your there were 4 pro Cyclops in the chat. So that's a good question.
What's your dream project, dream character to work on? My dream project is some original thing that I've had living in the back of my head since high school, and one day it will see the light of day, but it's not ready yet. As far as like licensed stuff goes, X-Men would be so fun. Power Rangers would be a lot of fun. Buffy the Vampire Slayer would be a lot of fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So I have a question. So you said you kind of got into comics because your dad was into comics.
Mm-hmm.
What comic book character would he like to see you do something for?
Thor, probably. That's all. Thor is all like the Silver Age Thor is like his bread and butter. That's the stuff that he likes. I'm working on something now with some collaborators that's like kind of inspired by like Silver Age Thor.
Okay.
And I think he finds that pretty amusing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Okay. Bronze with a big question.
If Marvel and DC both invited you to work on big AAA titles for the same dough, would you be interested, and who would you choose? Surely I would be interested. Yeah. I would probably pick Marvel. Like, look, I don't think it's necessary to pit Marvel and DC against each other. I like them both. I like good stories. That's kind of all I care about. However, Marvel's output the past few years, I just think has been consistently better, especially since I've been like a big reader of like all the Jonathan Hickman X-Men stuff and beyond. And I think that's all consistently really, really good. And DC just can't go 9 months without rebooting their entire continuity. So like, I feel like in terms of things that I could like stand by, probably Marvel.
Okay.
Seeing AI being used as a replacement is ethically wrong, but using as I think so. I think like I would like to see AI integrated into more of the tools we use instead of being purely generative. Like I would like to be able to like go into like a sketch that I'm doing in Photoshop and like select like maybe one panel or one like element and be able to move it around the canvas, and maybe like the rest of the illustration kind of adapts to fit that, instead of me having to like spend hours like moving things around and like drawing over in between things. I don't know. I think that'd be cool. Like I said, I don't think there's any stopping AI. It's just finding ways to use it productively that aren't like harmful.
Great answer.
Part of the industry business infuriates you the most. I've only been in the industry for a little bit. I think the it doesn't infuriate me, but it does piss me off sometimes, the amount of work it takes to really effectively promote yourself on social media. That like there's so much, especially like since I've started doing TikToks and stuff. Like I like making videos and I like doing the kind of multimedia thing, but it takes so much time. And if you're not doing it all the time, it's like your numbers are gonna dip. And I can't do it all the time, so my numbers dip a lot.
Which is a shame, because your video production is amazing. Your vampire bits are great.
Yeah, that was funny. But yeah, and it's not like I dislike doing that stuff. I do, and it also sucks that like I'm sitting here as an artist talking about numbers, which like are bullshit, and it shouldn't come down to that, but unfortunately it does. Also, sometimes I'll like show a few ideas to like a client that I'm working on an illustration for, and they'll choose what is obviously like the worst one. And I'll be like, in the back of my head, I'm like, you don't want that. But outwardly, I'm like, okay.
Oh, man. Oh, random question. Yeah, that's a good one.
Favorite vacation destination? Trying to think of where I've been. I'll tell you, when my family goes on vacation, we are not people who like sit by the beach and relax. We are the type of people who like go somewhere and we do all the tours and we hit the museums and we learn everything we can about this place. And they are fun, but they are not relaxing. Okay. The most recent one we did was I took my first cross-continental trip and I got to go to Germany. So we did Munich, and we did went to Austria for a day and did Salzburg, and we did Berchtesgaden, which is where the Krampus myth originated. So we got to like see the running of the Krampus. I got whipped by Krampuses and it hurt. It was authentic. It was not sanitized, but it was very cool. So yeah, I'd say Germany for now.
There's a massively huge comic convention over there for indie artists. Really? That takes place every year in Germany. Yeah, my friend, I don't know if she's still working on that, but she used to be I went to school with her. She used to do she was the foreign marketing director for Dark Horse, and they would send her to this convention every year to pick up indie comics, and it was in Germany every year. And she would bring them back to like Dark Horse to bring them, but it looked insane. It was like massive. Cool. It was somewhere like around, it was like in either Berlin or Munich, and it was crazy. But
one day.
That looks like it would be fascinating. Oh, good question.
Favorite
I also would
meal?
like some food.
I'll give you two answers.
Okay.
My favorite home cooked meal that I can make is shrimp scampi. I have some in the fridge downstairs. The first time I made it, I got it from like a Food Network recipe. And the first time I made it, it called for like dry white wine, but I didn't have any. So I just subbed white wine vinegar. And it was good. It was good as hell. It gives it this like really like light kind of tangy taste. It's great. I love shrimp. I love pasta. My second answer, also involving shrimp, actually, is that my mom, on very special occasions, not always, but sometimes she would do it on Christmas Eve, is she makes like fried coconut shrimp.
Yummy.
And those are delicious. And she makes this like honey mustard sauce that goes with them. Ooh, so good.
That sounds delicious. I like the shrimp. Shrimp is good. Love, not loved. Okay.
Restoration finds. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my brain is kind of fried today. So.
Favorite Transformer? I unfortunately was not a Transformers kid. I grew up in like early mid 2000s. There was not really like a Transformers show that everyone was watching. I guess my favorite Transformer is like the Megazord from Power Rangers, because that was
okay. That'll work. It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let me wave to him, and then I'll get back to this question. Okay.
If I had a recommendation for someone self-publishing a first book, what publisher would you recommend? Well, a recommendation for someone self-publishing. Well, I mean, by definition, if you self-publish, you don't need a publisher. I don't use a publisher. I mean, if you're talking about printers, Comics Wellspring. Comics Wellspring is great. They do really great work, and it's not super expensive. And yeah, I got them printed and I hand sell them myself. I take them to comic shops, put them there, sell them at conventions, sell them online. I make TikToks to advertise. Yeah, it's all DIY, man.
So when you run out of issues, how easy is it to just order like another batch of the books?
So easy.
From them?
So
super
easy.
Super duper easy.
Do it in 5 minutes.
And you go pick them up from the thing? Wow.
Yes.
So easy. Yes. Super duper.
Can't recommend them enough.
Okay.
Wolverine the same Wolverine without the claws. I would have to say so. I mean, like if Logan is depowered somehow, or at least if he doesn't have claws, like he's still Logan. I think he's got like that tenacity it's not gonna go away.
Yeah. You're still a cat even though you're declawed. I just think
I think
he would probably rage more. He would probably be raging more because
he'd probably be raging more. He would go melee. He'd
probably be even drinking more because he'd be like, I want to rage.
He'd probably be more dangerous because he's so pissed off. Like that's terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah. I would read that.
You like Golden Age era of comics? I mean, like I appreciate Golden Age comics. I went through a phase when I was younger, like in elementary school, where I was reading a lot of like Golden Age Batman and stuff.
Okay.
And I love the Spirit, the Will Eisner Spirit stuff. That stuff is really cool. I think like as far as like reading stuff in the day-to-day, I think like Golden Age comics, just because they were written so long ago and the medium was just like the art form was just different back then, that like they don't always translate super well to people with like contemporary sensibilities. So like I'm not always like sitting down reading Golden Age books, but I think they're beautiful. Oh, Little Nemo. No, that's before the Golden Age. Whatever. But yeah, generally yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Follow up to the Cyclops question.
Jean or Emma?
Ooh.
As far as Cyclops being with someone like OTP, gotta be Cyclops and Jean. But do I like between Jean and Emma, who do I like more? Emma. Emma's so fun. It's great.
Okay.
Does Nightwing suck? No. Nightwing's great.
So Glad here is a huge Superman fan, and Ragin here is a huge Nightwing fan, so they go back and forth saying Nightwing sucks or Superman sucks like all day long. So
they're both great. They don't have to fight. I mean, Nightwing. Yes. I mean, Nightwing. His name is like descended from like Kryptonian lore, so you can't have one without the other.
Oh, you hear that, guys? You guys, they're always fighting each other. Oh man.
If you were offended, if you were offered a cushy job package doing package design for a faceless corporate monster with a healthy, would you give up what you are doing now? No, but I'd probably still take the job. I mean, look, I had a job interview earlier today working at like a library. I'm freelancing, but the reality of being like a post-grad like freelance illustrator is that you don't just like graduate and immediately become a successful like self-sufficient artist. I live with my parents. I need extra work. I spent a long time earlier this year looking for graphic design jobs, and unfortunately the people who make those hiring decisions see my portfolio and it doesn't really like scream hard graphic design because I have like crazy shit like that comic. So If I was offered a graphic design job or a packaging design job, I'd take it and just do comics when I came home. You can't stop me doing this. Come on.
You can't, because this is amazing. And is there going to be any follow-up to this? Because we need more.
Nothing. I'll tell you this. Nothing is planned. But as the days go by, I keep having ideas for other stuff I could do with those characters.
Okay.
And there is like a follow-up kind of like deep within the recesses of my mind, and it's cooking and it's stewing, and one day it may arrive. Practically speaking, one can say the only problem with AI art is bad AI art, and it's bad right now. There's no stopping it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, most AI art is pretty bad. I gotta say, and look, people are gonna get pissed off for this.
Get them pissed off. That's fine.
This is my hot take. This is my hot take of the year. Is that, does it suck? Does it suck bad that Marvel used AI to make the Secret Invasion opening credits? Yeah, it does. And it pisses me off. And it sucks that they deprived working artists of work and set a precedent that this could like be a thing. However, for that show specifically, it is kind of like, it's kind of cool. Like, sorry guys, like I know it looks weird, but that's like, it kind of works for a show about shape-shifting aliens, that everything looks like strange and uncanny, and that the technology used to generate those opening credits is something that freaks us out similarly to if there were shape-shifting aliens. There's a similar panic. So like, I'm not saying it's good, but it is interesting. So there's my thoughts on that.
All right, we've got a spicy question here. Boxers or
briefs? I'm a boxers guy.
Okay, we all know Hyatt is a tidy whitey guy because he has flashed his pair many times on streams.
Hey, no shame. That's cool.
No shame. Okay, so AI art that uses copyright material is unfair, but life is unfair, you know.
Okay.
Life is kind of unfair. So it happens. Hey, Spooky. Spooky, you need to check out his Instagram sometimes because he has a very amazing video that's done in some vampire stuff. So go check that out.
I do like the
pretty awesome.
I do like, right now what I'm known for is Peppermint Desert, but I really do like the kind of like gothic horror type stuff. And that's kind of like the aesthetic that I'm trying to build my brand around a little bit more.
Yeah, he also makes a lot of vampire content. If you don't notice, his name is actual Dracula.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Here's
an advocate of variant and gimmick covers. If so, what's your favorite gimmick cover? I don't think variants are bad. I think they're fine. I mean, I illustrated a variant cover for a book not long ago.
Oh, you did? That's right.
I did, yeah. Blackout Bombshell coming in a few months. I think I did like issue 3 or 4 variant cover. Look out for it. Sumerian Comics. But yeah, as far as like favorite variant, I don't know. There's so many. Good question.
Oh, this is a tough one here.
Your house is on fire. You can only save 1 item. Comic book. What do you save? I have a copy of Giant Size X-Men #1. Oh, so I'm gonna save that.
Gotta go for that.
Yeah. Hey, everyone got it. Everyone got it that day.
You know, Krampus is kind of hot. It's kind of hot.
I get it. I get it. There was a guy with my tour group when we were in Berchtesgaden who was like kind of like a little too into all the whipping, and he was really loud about it. And it was kind of like, all right, guy, like we know it's your kink, but like simmer down. Question: have you seen the White Stripes live? Ooh. No, unfortunately, the White Stripes broke up when I was 11. Oh, dang. So I did not ever get to see them. If there's ever a reunion show, I'm going to be first in line, dog. But yeah, and I haven't gotten to see Jack either. but I would love to see Jack White sometime as well.
He comes around still, and he'll do a couple of local stuff here.
Yeah, he usually he shows up at the Masonic Temple every now and then, and I haven't gotten the chance, but I would love to see him one day.
That's super close. But that the white stripes with the yeah, that would have been an awesome.
That sounds incredible.
That would have been awesome. Yeah, there's been a lot of good things happening over at the Michigan Amphitheater, and then just downtown. Like there's so many cool concerts been happening.
Yeah. I went to a Pine Knob. My mom and I went to Pine Knob recently. We saw Garbage, Metric, and Noel Gallagher.
My friends were there.
Yeah. It was awesome. No, that was a great show because we went and all we knew was that Garbage and Noel Gallagher were like the headliners. And then we got there and we found out that Metric was also playing. Metric is one of my all-time favorite bands.
I love Metric.
So I was literally just like sitting around like, wait a minute. One of my all-time favorite bands is here and they're starting in 5 minutes? Holy shit. This is amazing.
I didn't even know they were going. My friend kept telling me for like months they're going to go see Noel Gallagher. That's all I heard for months. I didn't even know Metric or Garbage was going to go. I would have went to that.
I know. To be fair, like I'm not the biggest Oasis guy. Like I don't know anything about Noel Gallagher's solo stuff still. And like I appreciate Oasis, but I just have never done like the deep dive. So my mom and we were going for Garbage because that's who we care about.
I love Garbage. And they don't come around a lot, so I would have loved to have gone there.
Yeah.
they're the other ones on Twitch right now. They're getting together. Oh yeah, so I did link that, and we'll get to that soon. So
yeah.
Okay, we got a question from JD. Oh, I drank my energy drink so fast that I'm getting amped up at the same time.
Sorry, I drank energy drink and it like dribbled down on my.
Oh, you're fine. That's why I got my Red Wing koozie right there. Bam, repping the home stadies. Whoa, that's a good question.
Music or watching TV or nothing at all? Usually like music or podcasts. Sometimes I'll put on like. Usually not TV because I'm inclined to like want to pay attention to TV, but I'm a big like video essay guy. So if like Jenny Nicholson's like 5-hour Vampire Diaries video is like A+, drawing watching, but also like y'all know I'm always like making books inspired by music. I have a few podcasts that I'm very loyal to. So
nice.
Yeah.
So when you and Maya go downtown, because you both graduated from, is it the college or the center?
College for Creative Studies.
They've changed this a couple times.
It used to be center, but it is for the past few decades. It's been College for Creative Studies.
Yeah. So you guys both graduated from down there. So what was your venue downtown? Which one were you going to?
Well, I mean, the thing that sucks is that we were like COVID struck when we were in college.
Yeah.
So like there was a solid like 2.5 years of like living down there that like I just kind of couldn't go anywhere. But harsh. I've been to a few places. We went to the Loving Touch a few times.
That's good.
That's a really cool spot. I went to El Club once. That was very cool. The Majestic.
El Club is great.
The Fillmore. I'm just listing all the venues down there. But
they're all amazing.
Yeah, they're all really cool.
Yeah, St. Andrews is amazing.
Deluxe Flux is cool. They don't do a lot of like concerts at Deluxe Flux, but Frankie Cosmos went there once, and that was awesome. Yeah.
One of my favorites is down by Wayne State though was the Magic Stick, and this was around 2008. And one of my favorite groups was P-Lander Z. If you don't know them, they're a Japanese American based Japanese punk band.
Cool.
They're kind of terrible, but they're kind of amazing at the same time. So they'll come dressed as like Power Rangers aliens, but they'll dress up as like kaijus, and they'll come and like attack the crowd and stuff. So like the one time that we came and we played with them, this was like I think 2008, because there's a bowling alley down there. So we went to the concert. We went bananas on that. Then after the concert, we went bowling with them afterwards.
That's awesome.
It was amazing.
Somewhere that I've been going to a few times, like not all the time, but more frequently in the past couple of years, is the Outer Limits in Hamtramck.
Nice. Okay,
that's a cool
good one.
Yeah.
If you ever get out to Flint, the Machine Shop. It's one of my favorite venues.
Okay.
One of the best venues. One of the best venues. They do the rock, the country, whatever. But the people that run that, if you like amazingly shot, stupid videos, the owners of that put on the best comedy slices during their whole skits where people are performing in that. The owner of that, I forget her name, is crazy and she's awesome and she just does the dumbest stuff. She has a Cabbage Patch doll. She puts on characters and will do full on.
That sounds great. Pieces. I gotta check that out.
It's so good. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I totally forgot about the chat for a minute because we were zooming out. But yeah, let's go back to some questions here. Dream creator to
collaborate with. Man, who do I like? Who do I like that I feel like I could do justice to?
Okay. Dead or alive? Pick that.
Dead or alive.
Or pick one dead, one alive. How about that?
One dead, one alive. Wow, that's so
pressure. I know.
Look back here. I mean,
yes, you can cheat. You can look back.
Oh. I mean, Neil Gaiman. If I was like, if he asked me to do something and I was still alive after the initial shock of being asked by that, I would 100% do that.
I can see your work being in a Neil Gaiman type thing. Yeah,
I worship that dude. Yeah. Also, like, I've never read something by Rick Remender that wasn't awesome, or like Grant Morrison or something. Yeah.
Also, you're getting hate right now. Not a Transformers kid. Unsubscribe.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Power Rangers.
Young, okay.
Sorry that we're freaking old. Jesus, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, I'm so done. Glenn's stream just about killed me on Wednesday or whatever day that was. I literally thought Thursday was Wednesday and my brain was fried. Yeah, no,
oh my God. People are so mad about the Megazord.
I know. Oh my God. It's okay. You know what? You can pick
it is better than Transformers. It's 5 Transformers that make 1 Transformer.
What are your thoughts on Voltron? Voltron or the Megazord? Which one?
I never saw Voltron.
Okay, I know you're a toddler. I know. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. It's the same thing. I'm gonna say Voltron and the Megazord. Same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same. Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, how did that get back there? Just pop in there twice. Oh my gosh. Superman is goat. Okay. Let me scroll down here a bit. Yeah, I would say so, because our supplies be expensive, yo.
Certainly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Super expensive, dude.
Poor Peppermint Desert. Yeah, one day. It's in the back of my head. It's in the back of my mind.
Look at his adorable stickers, because I originally met you down at Green Brain Comics
for free comic book day.
Yeah, free comic book day with Maya, where I picked up her lovely cat zine and some of her stickers. And then I ran into
the sticker queen. She has so many. She like sells stickers like mad. She has so many.
Yeah, several of our peeps in here when she launched our site bought her cat lighter sticker.
Yes. So, that one is so cool. That's
that one is cool. I need to pick that one up. So I then I ran into you at Motor City where I picked up your book.
That's right.
Then I ran into you at
Cap City.
City. Yeah. Yes. And then you were recently at Astro, which I missed Astro, but what cons you got coming up after that?
Let's see. We'll get back to this. On Sunday, I'm going to be at Detroit Book Fest in Eastern Market. That's free to attend. It's a really great event. Definitely come out if you can. And then later in the month, I'll be doing Motor City Nightmares.
Oh, nice.
I'll be at Southwest Fest behind the Senate Theater in August. I'm doing Cartoon Crossroads.
Ooh, where's that at?
That's Columbus.
Okay.
That's Jeff Smith, the guy who makes Bone. That's like his con.
Oh,
nice. It's like very heavy emphasis on like indie comics rather than like pop culture.
Very nice.
So I'm very excited for that.
Very nice.
Yeah, and then I got Grand Rapids Comic Con. And
because we got there are peeps in the chat that are from Grand Rapids that actually do Motor City Nightmares. You probably run into him a bunch of times. Kevin P. Smith. He was he does Cherry, he does Motor City sometimes, he does a couple other stuff, and he does Grand Rapids. His son actually started doing a booth at Grand Rapids also.
Oh,
so
cool.
You probably run into him there.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Grand Rapids Con. I'm excited.
Yeah. I've never been there either, but one of the main actually I've been running to them for years. I started running to them at Green Brain. I ran into them at Otakon, Baltimore. I ran into them at YomaCon, is Comfort and Adam. They do Green Brain because they're from Grand Rapids.
Cool.
Also. Are you going to do the, I know a couple of people are doing the Garden City Library thing at the end of the month. Are you also going to be there?
I am not. I'm not aware of that.
I don't have too much information about it, but Peggy Christie, who's she's a horror author, she's going to be doing that one, and I agreed to help her do a booth thing if her husband can't make it. So
cool.
I might be boothing there with her, helping her set up stuff. So that's going to be cool. That's at the Garden City Library. So okay, let's get back to some questions because I'm way behind. I'm being terrible right now because energy drinks, yo. Woo. All right. Bam. All right. What recommendation would you give to someone trying to break into the business?
I am barely in the business. I mean, I've got one thing that's pretty business-like, but I'm not allowed to talk about it yet. And once that comes out, I'll be able to claim that I'm in the business. That's right. I do have that.
You have that. Would you like to talk about this for a second?
Yeah, we can talk about that for a second.
Let me open this, the guy. So if you don't know, what is this?
So that's the first issue of Midnight Western Theater, which is written by my friend Lewis Southard, illustrated by Butch Mappa. It is the follow-up to the first volume of Midnight Western Theater, about young woman named Hortensia, who it's basically her origin story of how she becomes a monster hunter in the American West, and it is a really cool story with zombies and magic and shootouts and all sorts of great stuff. And I am the colorist on this book, so this was my first like official published comic credit as the colorist on this book,
and that's amazing. Because I didn't even know this was coming out, and this came out this week, and here you are, and we set this up back in May.
Yes, so that is issue 1 of 5. It'll be coming out for the next few months. It is a great little mini series. I think people are really going to like it, and I had a lot of time coloring it, and I hope I am able to cop some more coloring work in the future.
So. And it's by Scout Comics, and I did link this below because I called 3 shops around me and they did not have it. And this was their last copy. So I did link the book
it's going fast. I'm seeing all sorts of tweets that it's like selling out sold out at Midtown Comics in New York, which is crazy. So yeah, get them while they're hot.
Yeah, for sure. So
do I do any fine art as well? I wouldn't say so. I think my stuff is pretty like rooted in illustration and comics and ephemera. I mean, like I do stuff that's original, that's not like fan art based. I like to make risograph prints. I'm trying to get into like screen printing and stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean, I guess like what qualifies as fine art is maybe subjective. I don't think of myself as a fine artist. But
okay, we can get into the different versions of that when I open up your website. We'll go over that. We can explain what that is.
Sure.
Yes, dude. Oh, hey Brian, what's up? Okay, I am so far behind. Holy shit.
Peppermint Butler from Adventure Time. Yeah, he's great.
Okay.
I love Adventure Time. Number 3.
Oh,
I've heard that the White Stripes are so good, or were so good live. Pine Knob, yes.
Yes, that's our famous outdoor amphitheater here. It's like a 2-hour drive from here.
Yeah, it's a ways.
Yeah, they changed its name because everyone refused to call it DTE. So they changed the name back to
because I think also DTE pulled out as one of the sponsors. I don't think they sponsor that place anymore.
Yeah.
Metric still rocks live. Yeah, they do.
Yes. They were doing, I think, a solo thing, but then they came up for this main thing here also.
Yeah, I saw them headline at the Fillmore a couple years ago.
So, yeah, that would have been good.
That was cool.
Yes. All right, I have you get something good to eat. I'm sorry if I'm missing everybody. You love the Vampire Diaries. I would love to read your diary track. That would be
that sounds
quite
great.
Hilarious, actually. Hey, Roscoe, what's up? Okay, I'm trying to really catch up to chat. It's so bad. Sorry. Hey, Will, what's happening? Yes, please hit the like button. Okay. Yes, submit some of your stuff to Gavin. Why not? What the hell not?
Oh, all right. I'll send him a copy of my book. Somebody give me his address.
All right. People in the chat, you have his shit. Let's go.
I am known. Hey, if I'm at cons with like people who I admire, I am known to just go up to their booth and give them copies of my book. So if I somehow cross paths with Neil Gaiman one day, like I'll make sure he has one in his hand.
Okay.
I gave a copy to Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman recently. That was
they were cool. At Motor City, so that's a good way to schmooze right there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all schmoozing.
You know what? Maybe I'll accidentally tag him on a post or something and tag you in it. And like, oh, it's my bad. And then, like, no, not. Yeah. See what I did there.
One of my professors at CCS got to illustrate the cover for the Folio Society edition of Anansi Boys. So he got to like directly like interact with the Neil Gaiman project, which was like,
oh, that's cool,
super cool. I was like,
one
day I want to be like you.
You'll get there. I really enjoy your stuff so far. What about Ron V?
You know, not as familiar as I should be, quite frankly. I'm sure he's great. Let me Google him real quick.
Yeah, you Google him, and I will read some saucy comments that people are giving hate for, saying Voltron is not the same thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, get over it.
Oh, yeah, I didn't say get over it. It's the same
Layla
thing.
Starr. Okay. No, yeah, I love this dude's work. Yeah. Yeah, Rom V is thumbs up. That's awesome. That's great.
Power Rangers is a copy of Voltron. It's not the same thing. I'm unfollowing you. Well, fine.
Well, Power Rangers is based on Super Sentai, and Sentai has been around since 1975.
Oh, you hear that? Dropping knowledge on you Voltron nerds. So
yeah,
there, suck on that. Hey, Mastodon. Yes,
I really just came on the show to argue, didn't I?
It's fine. Argue with all these buttholes. I like it. I don't care. That's fine. Yes. Yes. Yes, we were talking about this earlier. It's very Art Deco, very kind of like Muka inspired.
Yeah, Julianne Greep, I think. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce her name, but she did all
right here.
Julianne Greep. She did she did covers for all 5 issues, and they're all in that like beautiful, like Muka-esque Art Nouveau style. Yeah. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff.
Oh, me too.
I was telling Katie earlier, I have these like big Alphonse Muka posters.
Oh,
like
you're gonna have to send me a picture of that sometime. I gotta see that.
Yeah, I like surprisingly like allposters.com just has a big library of Muka stuff that you can get for like
here's a sneak peek of issue 2.
There it is. Yeah, her cover art is freaking incredible.
It's so good.
So if no other reason, pick them up for the covers.
Hey, a lot of people do that. You know, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, congrats on that. Yeah,
thank you.
Yes, and I didn't even know that, so that just kind of happened. Man, they're still bitching about Voltron and Power Rangers. Okay.
Calm down.
It's okay. Yeah, they're all good. Yeah, so you see, Mastodon gets it. So yeah, all you buttholes, just okay. All right. Let me pull up your website, then we can go over some stuff, and then you can explain to these guys what's going on. Okay, let me open up my tab here. Open up to a new guy. I really need to set up my stuff because this one thing here. Okay. Future story ideas. Yes, you have them.
I do have them. I can't
hush. You can't
talk too much about them because they're kind of hush. But okay, actually, let me see. I'm working on something right now. Let me see. Like, I can't talk about it directly, but maybe I'll try and like give you like 3 like words or phrases that kind of summarize.
I like it.
So
there you go. Okay. Can you see your website?
That is my website.
Okay, perfect.
Three phrases: high school, sword fights,
You can leave it at 2 words, and then
melodrama.
People will have no idea what it's about because it could be about so many things. When you just said high school sword fights.
High school sword fights, melodrama. There you go.
What is your most difficult? What do you find the most difficult to draw? You know, that's a good question.
That is a really good question. I probably would have a couple years ago said cars, and then I drew an entire comic that was about cars, and I did it with like no 3D assistance, and now I feel like I have a pretty good lock on drawing cars.
Yeah. Not only did you draw cars, you drew like fancy pants cars in like the weirdest angles possible. Big Daddy Rock, like hot rods and like they're like zip-zapping all over the place.
I'm never gonna do that.
Look at this. Look at the angles on this sucker. Like, you kind of nailed the card thing.
Truly, I like blacked out and then came to, and that was there.
You blacked out and then you were done. It just happened.
Yeah, and like also it's like architecture is really hard, and I loathe doing it, but I'm also really good at it, and I do it a lot.
There's something amazing about getting in there and drawing like those old world schooly, like the churches for whatever reason. It's just super cool looking.
I think something that kind of pisses me off in some comics that I see, like in mainstream comics, is when people draw cityscapes and it's just a bunch of boxes. Like that's not what cities look like. And also just I love like really gaudy looking architecture. Like whenever Gotham City looks looks weird and scary, that's my stuff.
People shit on Detroit all the time, but when you go downtown, it's got some of those beautiful old school buildings you'll ever see in your life. It's got some of the most amazing Art Deco buildings you will ever see. The Whitney building is one of the most beautiful buildings you will ever see in your entire life. It is gorgeous. It has got some of the most awesome, just on top, just gargoyles things. It kind of looks like Gotham in some of the angles. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so cool. All right. Pokemon is not the same thing as Astro Boy. What the hell are you talking about?
Mega Man, maybe. Either, but
yeah. Oh man. Oh my
I don't
God.
see what do I enjoy drawing the most? People. Figure drawing is like my bread and butter. Just like people in cool costumes. People in like period clothing. I really enjoy a period piece or like a very anachronistic kind of setting. So like people in like 1950s clothes, 80s clothes, like Victorian clothes. That stuff is fun to me. Yeah.
That is fun. You did really good. I like the clothes that you did because it's kind of like your own personal style to it too. Like it is kind of period, but it's also like your own thing.
Yeah,
which is neat, which I like.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You did great in that. Okay. Hey, Farwell, what's up?
Reminds me of Hellboy. Hey, high praise. Thank you.
Take that. He'll take that.
It's the best turtle, and why is it Raphael? What is it with these ridiculous takes today?
I don't know. Everyone, it's probably hot. I don't think everybody had their energy.
It is really hot. I mean, look, to each their own. I've always been like a Donatello guy. I like the brains. I like it when he has gadgets. I think that's cool.
I was all about Michelangelo because he always had pizza and the jokes. So
yeah, Mikey is a close second for me. I like him
troll life.
Yeah. What if I was like Venus de Milo is my favorite turtle?
It's funny that people mention that, and then people will fight about that. That's not even an actual character, but it is.
It is a character.
It is a character. I know it's
right there. Look,
she was actually in a movie as well. Yes,
architecture is a challenge to draw. Yeah. Architecture
line
is
work
challenge.
Is crazy.
I in recent years and especially in recent months have been incorporating more and more like 3D models and like kit bashing into my process. So I am trying to cut down on the amount of time I spend drawing architecture by using 3D and stuff like that.
Yes.
I'd love to go to Quebec City. That'd be
Toronto
fun.
Also. Toronto.
I want to go to Toronto. I want to go to TCAF.
Gorgeous. Do it. Where the hell Drac is at? They're all planning on going to a couple of those. I know some of them are going to Fan Expo. A couple of them.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna try and hit TCAF next year.
Do it. Ooh, we could probably all do a road trippy thing because there's like 6 of us that might be going to like some of these things. I know like Dave, I know Bill, and a couple of people. Maybe we can set that up and then just all like go do a thing. That cut our costs of living there.
Yeah.
Yes, you're beautiful, Glenn. Is it? Oh, nice. Cool. That's cool. That's very cool. Have you ever tried sculpture?
No, I'm scared. I don't know if I'd be good at it.
What's the cool thing about sculpture? You get mad, you can smash it and start again.
That's true. That is cool. Yeah. I mean, I've also just never really took the time to try it. I have an Oculus Quest, and I found out that Gravity Sketch, which is like the Oculus like VR 3D modeling software, you can get that for free.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I know the Oculus, but I didn't even know that was a thing that you could do.
Yeah, I used it a little bit in college. They had us use it, and so I have like I've played around with it, and it's a lot of fun. You can make like a lot of really goofy stuff. It's way more intuitive than like 3D modeling with a mouse and keyboard. So I'm thinking about trying to like start to mess with that, and maybe I can like teach myself some like digital sculpture and modeling and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen people try to use ZBrush. That looks kind of tricky, and I've seen people lose their work a bunch of times. Just on some of the Twitch streams that I've been hanging in sometimes, but that's interesting.
Cool. Cool, dude.
All right, we got more questions.
What would you look to accomplish through your career? What's an ultimate goal? My ultimate goal is to be able to just like live off the stories that I write, just like make what I want to make, put it out there, have an audience who's like into it, and just kind of like live my life making art. That's the ultimate end goal. As far as like comics goes, like I want to be able to like as much as it would be cool to do like licensed stuff and like Marvel and DC and like other IPs and stuff. I would love to do that eventually, but like the end game is like doing my own stuff full time. Okay.
Have you and Maya ever collabed on something yet?
No, we haven't. But maybe we should think about that.
Yeah, I think your style would mesh well together. Yeah. You kind of got, some little vibe that you guys can do. That I think Oh, look at this, Phil.
Think of something to do.
Hey Phil. Phil's also local to the Lansing area.
Hey, what's going on?
Well, you met him. He was at your booth.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Hey, Phil, how you doing?
What's on? Yes. Hi. Hey, G-Man, what's up? All right, let me go show your website, and then we can talk about. Oh, okay. Let me highlight this question, and then I'll take it off so you can see your website. And then
what would be the thing that would differentiate the two? That's a really good question. That's something that I don't know. I don't know the answer to that offhand. I'd probably do some research.
Well,
and really study some photos of burritos and wraps.
Isn't the difference a wrap is usually cut in half?
Is it? Well, I'm thinking that maybe the difference is like like the type of bread that's used. I mean, maybe it's less of a tortilla and more of a pita or like gyro situation.
Yeah, pita-y thing, gyro-y thing. Also, the ingredients used. Spinach wrap. Different.
Yeah, maybe like how it's presented. Like maybe the burrito would be in some foil. Maybe the wrap.
Oh, also true. It's also true.
Dressed up some other way.
Yeah. All right. Let me get to your website. I'm gonna get back to these buttholes. I starred the last one where we left off at. All right. There we go. There's our little dude. And let me. Okay. So I'm in your illustration tab.
Yeah, that's the home page.
Oh, that was dope. That was cool.
Yeah. There's some very, very light animation. Ooh. I want to play more with animation going forward. It's just a matter of finding the time to figure it out. But
let's see. Yeah, if I make this big, does it go arrow? Okay, it does. Okay, yeah, there's you as yourself.
Yeah. Self-portrait.
There's yourself. There. Okay, so there's your spread page if you don't know, and from the comic. I do like that. It's kind of. It also comes in kind of a little Dr. Seuss vibes.
It does. It does
a
little bit.
I kind of love it.
Thank you.
Dig it a lot. I'm also huge into Halloween. So, are you a fan of going to the Greenfield Village Halloween weekends?
I am. You know what? I'll say this. I love the Greenfield Village Halloween.
Yes.
I have been attending it many a year since I was a small child. The last couple times I attended, little disappointed. Maybe it was because of COVID and they had to change some stuff around.
I would say so, yeah.
But I really missed, like, there used to be more characters. There used to be, like,
different themes. And
there used to be, like,
candy stations.
The candy stations were cool. They used to hand out these, like, vintage-looking, like, postcards.
I have some. I don't know where they are, yeah.
They used to do, like the monster hunters outside of Edison's lab who are like trying to kill the Frankenstein monster. There's not as much like character acting going on as there used to be. There's still some, but I wish there were more.
I'd say COVID kind of ruined it a little bit, but I'm hoping that from now on going forward, they kind of bring back a little bit of those things. But it was literally my favorite thing.
The vibes are immaculate. Like it's interesting because it's not just like it's not just like when you go to like Cedar Point and it's Halloween and there's people running around in monster costumes. It's like, I feel like
the Greenfield
Village
Halloween. Yeah.
Like the Greenfield Village Halloween is like
Halloween.
art directed in a way that like everything kind of has a consistent look. The costumes have like a flavor to them.
It literally feels like you are in like the Sanderson house, like Halloween town. Like that's what it feels like. Yeah, I love it. I was so bummed because I tried getting tickets like August and they were already sold out last year.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I tried and they were just sold out. So I gotta look now because it's already. I just realized it was July, so I guess I should
probably look into that. Yeah, I mean, my family we have a membership, so I don't know if that gets us like free tickets or priority or whatever. But
I think you get like discounted and like you get like an advanced purchase thing.
Okay. I better get on that.
Yeah, I also have to get on that too because I went one year where I went like Yomocon and then to the Halloween on Halloween, and that was awesome because they opened up like the you know how like you go in the back to like the printmaking thing, the weaving thing, the clay thing, the glass. They opened that all up on Halloween. They did Halloween themed things. It was awesome.
I think I might have saw that. I think I might have been there that year.
Ooh, what's
cool?
What's this panel from?
So that is when I was a little younger, when I was like in my first few years of college, I did a serialized webcomic. I put it on like Webtoons and another one that I forget the name of, but you can also read it on my website. It was called Fogg. It was the serialized story of a man whose wife mysteriously goes missing, and his quest to find her becomes increasingly surreal and strange and magical. And so this was from the 4th installment, which was the last one I ever did. I never finished the story because I conceived of it as like a long-running serialized saga. It's still a story that I believe in, and it lives in the back of my head. And one day I want to kind of rework it and maybe pitch it to a publisher because I would like to tell that story. But that panel on the bottom, I actually do sell like a standalone print of that because I think it's
neat.
Some of the coolest shit I've ever drawn.
I think your art and your coloring like really does well with the horror vibes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think so. Yeah, really, really good stuff. Ooh, that's
cool. Little bit of my gig flyer.
Stuff. Deluxe Flux, nice. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's got a very cool, like the horror vibes. I dig it. Like the old school kind of horror vibes.
Thank you. Yeah. I really like that page too. Yeah. That character, that villainess is very kind of like ghostly and horror inspired. That was kind of like the one. Not every. That the interesting thing about that comic about Fogg was that like each chapter I would kind of like experiment stylistically, so they all like have like wildly varying tones and art styles, and like that chapter that we're looking at right now is like the horror one, and the one before that was like really whimsical and like kind of like golden age looking.
Chainsaw Man
Man stuff.
I love
classic.
this little pig guy is just
Pachita. He's great.
It's
that one's a crowd pleaser.
Good. Oh, I bet. Chainsaw is pretty big. Oh, that's cool. I look what you did with the hair here.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a school assignment actually. I was working off a reference photo.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, there's your Scarlet Witch.
There's the Scarlet Witch. Yeah, that was really fun to draw. That's one of my favorites.
You know what you should do? Since they didn't bring those print things back last year, is contact Greenfield Village and tell them that you would do the print things for them this year.
Ooh, that might be kind of cool.
I would say do that because
I would love to do some of that.
I would say do that.
Mike Allred influence, tiny bit. I have been meaning to read Madman for like years, and I will get to it. I'm a great admirer of his style, even if I have not read much of his work.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want to, you can flip through the comment things if you want to and just read whatever.
Yeah.
I starred wherever Comic Journey was at because I don't have my other monitor up. But do you see where I started Comic Journey, like up there? But you can scroll through all that and just...
Wait, what was that?
There's a comic one where it says, "Do you create with getting options?" By a studio in mind.
Studio in mind. No. Yeah. I think that's a fool's errand. I you know, if something ever got optioned, then great. But I would also want to be involved in the process of creating whatever adaptation that turns into. I'd be super annoying about it. I like to think of like, I'm trying to tell a story and I have chosen to do it through comics. So I'm thinking of the story primarily as a comic. Like Peppermint Desert has so many crazy layouts and pages that kind of only work as a comic. Not only work, but they work especially because they're a comic. So I'm usually trying to make like, I'm thinking of it as a comic. If it gets optioned, great, but also I'm going to be really annoying about it.
No, like I can really see this as like a movie or an animated film. Like it's really kind of
one day that would be sick. Yeah,
it really kind of has that kind of flow and vibe to it, which is really neat. And I like how like the panels progress from like the yellows and the greens and the blues to like the reds and like kind of like pinkishes and purplies and reds at the end. It's
nice.
pretty neat. Yes. So all right, let's keep going. Yeah, see like this. I would literally send like samples of this and then tell Greenfield Village and be like, hey, let me do your print thingy.
Yeah. Yeah. I would love to do that. That'd be sick.
That'd be awesome. That's so cute. That's super adorable.
Here, wait. Ooh. I'm gonna try taking my AirPods out because they're about to die. Let me know.
Okay, so here's a sample page of inside the comic. Some more pages. Oh, she's cute. I like the ray gun. Yeah, you have like this like 60s-ish, like kind of sci-fi looking thing feel to it too. Plus like the old like thrillers and chillers, like the old DC horror, the old Marvel horror like thing to it. This is really neat. All right, let me get out of this guy. Let me go into your is it the store where I saw that before? Let me go to your store real quick. Let's browse your store. Because this is why I want you to explain the difference between all this stuff. Uh-oh. You're still muted, so. Uh-oh, no.
I'm talking this whole time. I didn't realize.
Oh, shit. Damn.
All right. Do I draw from reference? Yes, constantly. Whenever I can, I do. It's the best way to get good-looking stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, now I can hear you. We're good. Okay,
cool.
So, what's the difference between the print and the reso prints?
So prints are exactly what they sound like, just prints of artwork that I do. Rizzo printing is a specific printing process that I really enjoy. It's kind of like screen printing, but it's done on a machine. The risograph machine is a it was originally designed for like schools and churches and places that need to like make high volumes of prints with limited colors. But it's kind of recently been co-opted by artists who find the look of a Rizzo print really appealing, such as myself. The way it works is like you print in layers of different colors. So with that haunted house one, that one from Fogg in the right corner, that's just, I think it's a mix of, I think it's 3 colors. It's like blue, yellow, and black on top of each other, just printed kind of in layers, so you can get those cool like greens and stuff. And it also has this really like grainy texture to it, which I find really, really enticing as someone who really likes kind of like older, like tactile art. So I like to mess around with Rizzo printing and stuff like that. I'm thinking about folding the Rizzo prints just into my prints because people tend to not care about the difference, but I think it's great.
Is this something you printed yourselves, or do you get this printed?
I go through the imaging center at CCS right now. They still do jobs for me. I don't know. They could cut me off any day, and I might have to find something else. But right now I print with them.
Yeah, so these are cool. So I really like this one. This one looks really cool in person.
That was one of the first Rizzo prints I did. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, because when you look at it, it looks like that old school printed like comic book format.
Yeah.
Where you can kind of see like the grainy little dots and stuff on it. It looks really neat.
The great thing about Rizzo printing, which is I mean, it's a shortcoming of the process, but I think it's great because I find the look really appealing. Is that a lot of times the Rizzo printer will like misregister the layers, so they won't always line up perfectly, and it will kind of have that retro comics look where like
that's
you know, the line art and the colors are kind of like just a degree or so like off from each other.
Yeah,
I think that looks really cool. In Peppermint Desert, I did that manually. Like all the colors are.
I noticed that. Yeah,
a little bit offset from the inks because I just think that looks cool.
Yes. So here's like some the Batman. These also look really neat. Oh, you can select sizes too. Okay. Small size and 8x10.
Yeah.
Look at his little face.
A couple prints are in different sizes.
Look at his face. He looks so like.
I know he's so mad.
He looks mad. Like, give me my food out. Hurry up. What are you doing? He's hilarious. And then look, look, you actually have an X print. Look at this. There's a Cyclops for all you Cyclops boys. For those
Hellfire Gala costumes. I think those are so cool.
They're so cool. They're so
sick.
cool.
I love that they just made Jean's Hellfire look like her main costume now.
Yes. I love this. This is
another hot take. Jean's 90s costume doesn't look good. Sorry, everybody.
Oh, shit. Damn. You're really going to fire up the chat today. Damn. Yeah. So if you do want a copy of your book, you have it digitally and you can print a copy.
Yes, digital version's only $5. I found that most people go for the print version just because people like owning things, and I can't blame them.
It actually looks really good, and you get to feel the texture, like I was saying before. It's like it's satisfying. Like when you feel this, it's like you don't really feel that in a lot of books. It's like kind of slippery and sleek.
Yeah,
it's interesting. It's satisfying to me as I was flipping through that. Then you got some stickers.
I do have stickers. I have more stickers that aren't on the website. Stickers. As I was saying, I need to do like a big overhaul of my web store because I have more to offer.
I need to get the bear, and I gotta go get the bear now because I have to send that to somebody.
Yeah, I only have a few of those left. He's not coming back, so if you're gonna get the bear, get him soon.
Okay. All right, I'll have to do that. And let's go into the prints real quick. Okay, so these guys are different from the Rizzo prints. Oh, I love this.
Yeah.
Is this from anything, or is this just like a
random? That's just of my own design. I kind of have.
I love that.
There's kind of a project that I'm working on. There was a comic that I made earlier in college that I'm kind of gonna like bring back as a graphic novel pitch, which is kind of like, what if like the American suburbs mutated into like a kind of pseudo medieval like D&D fantasy kingdom, but still looked like American suburbs.
That's pretty cool.
And I'm kind of enjoying playing with that kind of.
I love that. And then also, this is kind of what it looks like when you're walking down the Halloween Town village with the sunflowers. It's a Greenfield village. That's kind of what it looks like. Okay. Let me close it. So that's your website. It's awesome. Let me go back here though. Let me just show this part one more time because this is awesome. I would play this, but I don't want to have to unplug my stuff and then get it all screwed up. But I love that.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm all about the Halloween and like I don't know. Something to do about lights for whatever reason really get me, or like reflective art properties that change in the light gets me. And I love it.
Yeah. I'll have to do some like holographic stuff sometime. It'd be fun.
Ooh,
Thank you so much, everybody. Do you have to go through a ton of proofs and samples before allowing a print run to go through? Sometimes people do. I got really lucky with the print run of Peppermint Desert that I pretty much got it right on the first try, and I got my proof copy and it worked. So I just had him go to print. There was another like risograph printed zine that I did that was smaller, much smaller run, and I was also really lucky with that. But yeah, so I personally haven't had to go through a ton of proofs. Some people do. Maybe in the future I will. We'll see.
Yes.
Oh, for risograph prints, I have gone through a bunch of proofs before.
Oh, okay.
The thing with risograph printing is that since you're printing in layers, it'll look different depending on which order the layers go in. And it doesn't always like the way it looks in Photoshop is not always the way it prints. So like with that Rizzo print, the one that we were looking at in the house with the girl in the doorway, that one I had to try a couple different combos to get it right, because the first time I did like black first and then blue and then yellow on top, thinking that it would all just like that the black would absorb it, and it didn't. There were like weird like kind of like 50% opacity yellow shapes in places that I didn't want them. So as soon as I like shuffle the layers around, then it worked well. So for like Rizzo printing, which is a more volatile process, I have had to go through a lot of
interesting. Have you ever wanted to do your own printing?
Yeah,
like for the smaller prints, because I have friends that do that, and that's just fascinating.
Yeah, I've started thinking about that. I want to do like DIY screen printing. I've been looking into getting like a Cry-Cut printer so I can like make my own stickers and prints and stuff. That's definitely something I'm looking into. One day, I would love to own a risograph printer. I would be a fiend. I'd be
go
bankrupt
so cool.
Buying all the drums I could get.
Yeah. I love watching people do the silk screen printing. It's just to me is fascinating. And
I
want
to do that. I want to do that and start like making shirts and apparel and like tote bags.
Yes. My friend does that. My friend Lainey, he cuts the linographs and will make his own shirts. And it is fascinating how you do that. It is so fascinating.
Yeah.
Because like you have to do it like reversed. Because when you do it that way, it's going to be flipped when you put it down. So you have to like think of that, especially like lettering and stuff. And oh man, it is like, that's awesome to me.
Yeah. So, I know people who do that. Like, I know people who like, that's like their whole thing as artists.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, you can do so much incredible stuff.
That's got to be pretty popular with like the people at CCS too, because like
with like with people at CCS and like instructors. There's like the department head Don Kilpatrick. Like his whole thing is lino cut printing, and like he'll take his classes to his studio and like show off his like 100-year-old printing press equipment and like show his whole process. Awesome. And it's like it's fascinating.
Yes, that's super cool. So. Time flew by. It's been an hour and a half.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. So remind everybody where you're coming up, like where they can find you, these lovely people can find you at. My brain just farted as I was saying that.
No, it's good. It's good. I mean, you can find me on most platforms as All Sorrows. On Instagram and TikTok, it's all.sorrows. On Twitter, it's allsorrows_. We'll see if maybe I boot up a meta threads situation. I'm kind of going to wait to see how it shakes out. And then allsorrows.com is my website. You can find me at Detroit Book Fest this upcoming Sunday. You can find me at Motor City Nightmares, Grand Rapids Comic Con, Cartoon Crossroads Columbus, Southwest Fest, and I haven't gotten confirmation yet, but hopefully Motor City Comic Con in November.
Oh, that's right. That is coming back up again. Because you did the last one. You were there in May.
I did the last two. Yeah.
The last two are, so you should be pretty good.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Now, so if you did the last two, you did because they're doing them twice a year.
Yeah, I did the one in October. The one this past October was like my first con ever.
Okay. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're fairly new to the con circuit.
Sorry, what was that?
So you're fairly new to the con circuit.
I'm fairly new. I've only been doing it for like 8 or 9 months.
Okay.
I've just been trying to do like as many of them as I can. And like each time like my setup changes a little bit. I'm trying to like explore all sorts of different events. I'm kind of learning which ones are worth it, which ones are not. So
unfortunately you kind of just got to go and figure out which ones
it's trial and error. So it's like when if I show up to one and I bomb, it's like, all right, well, this was bound to happen eventually.
And you never know, because sometimes you'll be like, you think that you're gonna either do none or you're just gonna kill it one weekend. Like you have no idea at all.
Yeah,
and
truly.
I know like YomaCon's coming up. I know there's a couple other horror ones that are coming up that I know like a mix of people go to, and then there's like there's a really good big one just right over like Caesars, like in Windsor. That's a huge Comic-Con also.
Yeah, there was.
I can't remember the name of it. It's literally like
I know that there's a Windsor Comic-Con, but the website has said like is still on like last year's one, and it has like a big cancel sign over it.
Oh, really? Interesting.
So, yeah, I don't know. I hope it comes back because I'd love to go to Windsor. It's right.
Yeah,
right there.
I know Dave, who I know you met at Astro, and he's like at a bunch of them. He goes to a lot of them. He was talking to me about Cap City. He's going to come back, but he said that from the last couple times he was at Cap City, it's just getting bigger and bigger. So I'm hoping by next year it'll be larger, but I plan on going next year as well. So I'll be running around there also. Probably Phil will go as well because
we'll see. I'm not sure if I'll come back to Cap City, but
yeah,
if I hear that it's popping off, then I'll give it another shot.
Yeah. And then I know Motor City's big, but Youmacon is huge.
Youmacon huge. Yeah, you and I were talking about it at length.
Yeah, because the difference between that and like Comic Con, anime cons are nuts.
Yeah,
they start at like 10 a.m. and they go like they're like 24 hours. It's crazy. Yeah. Like the dealer halls close at like 9 p.m. Like it's crazy. Yeah. It's like 24/7 just shenanigans of people just running around. Yeah, it's nuts. Because I'd say the last couple years they cut the hall down in half because now it's like registration and the hall, like artist alley. But they added some like half comic and half like a mix of just random stuff and like just a couple other things. And people are doing like watercolor like anime and then like sketch covers now. So cool. They're adding like a whole bunch of stuff in there. So yeah, it's definitely different with what's going on in there. And it's usually around Halloween anyways, but that one's gonna be tough because it's like Motor City and like 3 things like right in row. It's like boom, 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 like back to back.
Yeah, it's busy. Like
it's kind of tough.
Like in the fall, Motor City and Grand Rapids are gonna be like back-to-back weekends. So yeah, so then I'm gonna be busy.
I think it's Yoma, Motor City, and Grand Rapids. Like boom, boom, boom.
Ooh, yeah. Then maybe
that'd be
not
tough.
In the cards
yeah,
for me, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to die.
Yeah, no. Like just going to Yoma is like
I might just attend Yuma as like a con goer.
Do it because
I feel like it'd be fun.
Thursday, even if you just want to go down for shenanigans, Thursday is free. So Thursday's badge pickup day. So they have events at Kobo. I'm going to call it Kobo forever. I don't care what it's called. It's been changed like 40 times. So they have free events for badge pickup day on Thursday. It's called the garage sale. So they'll run the People Mover, and it's Kobo and Rensen. They have like gaming tables and a garage sale type thing where there'll be like vendors selling goods at both places over there. So you can kind of get a feel for like people walking around and like how many people are actually there. Yes, Caroline, we have a good window right now, so we can go check out the new tracks and carts. So we have a really epic foul mouth cart track cart group going on. All right, so yeah, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we should probably also hop off of here because it's getting hot, and yeah, I might need a snack or something. Yes. Hell yeah, let's go. Woo woo. Yeah, thanks you guys for stopping by and check out his work and stuff. And
thank you guys. It's been fun talking.
These are not on his website, but if you would like to purchase them, contact me and I could probably, figure out how to. I mean,
if there's some work of mine that is not on my web store that you would like to purchase, send me an Instagram DM. We can work it out. I'm pretty easy to get a hold of.
Yes. He's also awesome, and I've run into him like a bunch of times. Also, check this out. I got this at Cap City from Bill Morrison.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, isn't it awesome?
Is that Bill Morrison?
Bill Morrison, yeah. It's his original art, but I didn't have anywhere to put it, so I threw it in back here.
No, it's perfect. That's great.
So yeah, he can stay back there. He's cool. But yeah, that's what's happening in that pile of stuff right there. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. What's happening? What did I miss? That means yes. We'll be kicking some ass in some cart very soon. So how about that? Oh hey, Lisa, thanks for stopping by. So thanks, Sean. Thanks for stopping by. And also,
my pleasure.
Guys,
fun.
Go check out your LC. Oh shit, my book. No, stupid resealable thingies. Go check out his book right now where he did the colors. It's out available this week right now. Oh wait,
Midnight Western Theater and Peppermint Desert. Pick it up on my website.
Yes, check out. Oh my God, pep up. Okay, I am tongue-tied right now with all the things. This is available on his website. Go check that out. And this is available either online at Scout Comics or at your local LCS. Go check it out. Woo! All right. Okay. I am super amped up at Energy Jerks right now. So we're going to end this. Bye, guys. Thank you for showing up and chilling out with me and all that lovely stuff.
Later, everybody.
All right. I'm going to end this. I don't know. Where's the button? There we go. Bye.